you here, I see so much pain in both of you. What is it that you hope will come out of shining a light on this?
Well, I think that if our troops are going to be put in harm's way, they should have our government behind them 110%. And I think that whoever kept making that horrible call should be held accountable for it.
Janice and Brent, we read the statement from the U.S. Marine Corps. How do you feel about that statement? What's your reaction to that?
That's the first I've heard from them about it. I've talked to several congressmen, senators, tried to talk to the Marines and the Armed Service Committee about it, and that's the first response I've ever had until we met Representative Stivers. He seems to have gotten the ball rolling, because there was supposedly another inquiry that the Armed Service Committee has been sitting on since September of 2011.
So they were sitting on this, and you weren't getting a response. You're calling, no. You're wondering, and just so we're clear, how did you get the sense that something didn't sound quite right about the way your son died?
Well, they told us at Dover several times that Josh was the only one involved in the incident. And a couple of days before we headed to Arlington to bury him, we found out that there was another kid that was in Walter Reed Hospital that actually put my son on the chopper before he was hit with another IED blast while he was trying to gather, you know, the squad around him. And we met him the day before we buried my son at Arlington, and while we were there, we actually met another Marine that was a few doors down from him that was also there. He was the one that tried to get to my son first to save him.
You have been through so much pain and agony. What would you want your fellow American to remember about your brave son?
He was selfless.
Yeah, he would do anything for anyone. If he had to do this all over again, he would, because that's the type of man that he was. As young as he was way beyond his years. He gave so much of himself from the time he was a little kid, and he would do it all over again. I'm so proud of him.